Hi everyone, Joe Ordia here for Solar Surge, and today we're coming to you from the Qcells testing laboratory in Santa Clara, California. And this afternoon I'm joined again by Harsh Galia, Senior Product Manager at Qcells, and we're going to be looking at the Qcells 2024 solar panel lineup. So Harsh, it's really good to see you again. Thanks for having us here again.
Likewise, always good to talk with you. Welcome to Santa Clara facility.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my first time here, and really appreciate this sort of behind-the-scenes access to see the new products, the current products, and some of the products that are under development and being tested here. So I guess to start out with the lineup for 2024, we're looking at the Qcells G10 solar panel. This one, I believe, is a 405-watt all-black panel. Probably the most popular solar panel being installed on U.S. homes right now. I know we have it with a number of our installers. So can you tell us a little bit about how does the current G10, what's the current G10 offering, and then what are some of the improvements you made on the next model?
Yeah, sure. So this is the QPeak Duo BLK MLG10, which we have been selling very widely, as you have mentioned as well. This is our high runner product from last year as well, like 2022 as well. We started it. When we started this product, we started with 395 watt power class. Subsequently, it went till 400 watt power class, and right now, as our production line is getting mature and the manufacturing is getting better and efficient, we are able to get the 405 watt panels now. And this product is definitely going to be there for 2024 as well. And within 2024, we are confident that we will be able to get much more efficient product, and there are chances we will get 410 watt power class module soon.
Great, great. And so I know that the current production, we're getting 405, we expect 410, and you're committed to continue to manufacture this into the future.
Yeah. That's the plan. So we are going to stick with this product for 2024 completely. Even first quarter of 2025 is on, right now we are thinking about it. But definitely 2024, you will see this product around. In our manufacturing facility, we will be producing it.
Excellent, excellent. And speaking about manufacturing facility, because I know we're going to be doing some coverage there as well, but why is made in USA, why is having this particular product made in USA such a priority for Qcells?
So there are a few things. As you know, we have started our Dalton factory in 2019. And in that factory, when we first started, we had our G5 lineups, G5 and G7 products being made. And over the years now, we have made so much improvement over there. And the facility is just expanding. And you would have seen the news around by now. We have just expanded that facility to 5.1 gigawatt capacity now annually. This product is very key to us in that the entire landscape of things now, because this is something which we believe is the current market demand we are able to fulfill with this product. And just in general, this product we are very confident because PERC technology, Qcells has been doing it since 2012 or so almost over a decade now. So any development, any reliability testing, or we think that we are able to be much more confident on the PERC technologies just because of the amount of time it has passed and grew over the years.
Great, great. So I mean, I think in many ways this is sort of the standard, and not to say that it's not a high quality product, but I think this is the current state of the art for a U.S. residential panel. I know that in the experience I've had working with it, it's always available at a very competitive price point. And frankly, it just always seems to be available, which I know was an issue last year, is just getting supply of any solar panels that we could install. And so it looks like there's still a spot for the G10 going forward. Now, can we talk a little bit about what has improved from the G10 with the PERC cells to what we have now with the Qtron? I know we saw the Qtron panel in Las Vegas. You and I were there. And I was actually surprised to hear that some of our installers already have these in stock ready to install. So it seems like you were prepared to fulfill right away when the new product was announced. So if you can kind of walk the audience through what has changed, what's evolved from the G10 to the new Qtron, I believe G2 420, 430 watt class.
Yeah, so the notable changes, definitely as you look at it, the size has changed. You will see this MLG10 product is 132 half cut M6 half cut cells, whereas this product over here, Qtron, is M10 108 half cut cells. So number of half cut cells has reduced, hence the size has also reduced. But the other key part to it is from P-type PERC technology, or as we call it in Qcells term, the quantum duo Z technology. We have moved on to the N-type TopCon technology, or in Qcells term, we call it quantum neo technology. So the cell technology has changed, number of cells has changed. Those are the notable differences. Now, apart, what that has enabled us to do is to produce a much efficient product, higher efficiency product. So we are able to gain 1.5% of modular efficiency because of the cell technology changes. And also, this 405 panel, this is the 405 panel, and this one in the market right now, you will be able to find 425 watt panel. So you are seeing like a 25 watt advantage on that part as well. So overall, this is how the improvement has come in, and that is how you are able to distinguish between the two products at this moment.
So one of the trends that I saw really going back to last year, a year and a half, 2 years ago, was that the solar module manufacturers were achieving higher wattage by just making physically larger panels. They made the panel a little bit taller, a little bit wider, and they got to a higher wattage. This panel, and nice to see it side by side here, because this panel is noticeably shorter. Now, it looks like it might be maybe 1 or 2 inches wider, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But if we're just comparing apples to apples module efficiency, we have got significantly higher module efficiency with the Qtron than we had with the G10, meaning that the panel itself, the cells themselves, are significantly more space efficient. Is that correct?
Yes, that is true. So this one, this product has definitely widened because of the M10 size. And yes, as the efficiency has increased, the gains will increase. So the overall annual yield will be much more, because now you are able to absorb and convert much more of sunlight energy. In general, that's the principle. That's why the efficiency number is something which is talked around most of the time, apart from the power wattage of the module. So because of this almost 1.5% or 1% efficiency gain from the Q peak to the Qtron transition, your annual yield will definitely increase. And that's how it is much more going into the future, stepping in there now. Yeah.
Yeah. So just a quick teaching moment here, folks. When we talk about module efficiency is the easiest way to do an apples to apples comparison between different solar panels. And really, it's just answering the question, what percentage of the irradiance that's applied to the surface of the solar module is successfully captured and converted to usable electricity? It's really that simple. So that way you don't have to worry about doing 410, 20, 440 watt panel and try to figure out which one's the most efficient. If you just look at the module efficiency, it's an objective measure of how efficient that solar cell design is at converting sunlight into electricity. And so with this year's model, and by the way, folks, if you haven't seen it, go and watch this year's top 5 solar panel lineup. Because with this year's model, now I would say with module efficiency at 22.4%, if I remember correctly, now that's in what we used to consider that super premium range, where maybe only SunPower and LG were in there. But now we're here with what I anticipate will be a high volume, high production module in that super high efficiency range. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is the future. We aim for getting more higher efficiency product. And one of the reasons why we had to move to this technology and start adopting it is because there are physical limits to any cell technology. So when we say physical limits, so like you can only push your R&D, or you can only work on your R&D side of things to get to a certain level, and then you have to find a new technology. So for us, when we were doing the PERC side of things, we keep on evolving it, but at the same time, we know that the PERC has pretty much closely reached to its physical limit of improvement. So now that's where we have decided we will go with the TopCon side of things, and we will start from that side. So now as we go from here, you will see the improvement from this 22% number to even further, where this technology can physically reach to a higher number of 24 or 25 as well in future. But we'll see how soon we can get there. You can say that this PERC technology took almost a decade to get to what it is right now. But with the new generation technology, the data analysis and everything going around, the automation, it will be much quicker than a decade, but it will take some time for this to reach to its physical limit.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And of course, folks, that's why we're here doing these videos, is because the technology in solar, it's like just like any other technology, it's changing, it's advancing every year. And so what's the current state of the art year? 2 years from now, I'm sure we're going to have exceeded that as well. But it's really great to be able to take a look at this. I also noticed with the 108 cell, 108 half cell form factor, I have heard from installers that a number of the installers prefer that because for many homes it allows us to get one extra row of solar panels on the roof and be able to install in a portrait orientation, which of course is more efficient in terms of your labor and your racking hardware. So I know a lot of installers are preferring this new form factor as well. Is there anything else that's changed performance-wise from the G10 to the Qtron, perhaps in the area of temperature coefficient or degradation rate?
Yeah, so degradation has definitely improved so we are looking at annual degradation from second year onwards to be around 0.5% on the M10, whereas now in the Qtron, we are looking at 0.33% per year. So degradation is much improved from that standpoint. So what it means is now over the period of 25 years for which the performance warranty is available for these panels, the Qtron product at the end of 25th year, or at the end of 25th year, sorry for that, at the end of 25th year can still operate at 90.5% capacity because it will only degrade to that level. So that's how the future is looking like. You are going to get much more efficient panels. You are going to get much less degradation, so that will allow you to retain the good part for a long time.
Right. So again, just more total energy harvested over the life of the system. And when you're looking at warranties in excess of 90% in year 25, again, that's traditional, what we would consider a premium panel. I know we can't get into specific pricing, but I suspect that it's going to be competitively priced, not sold as a quote unquote premium option, where I think on an ROI basis, there's still going to be a strong ROI case to be made to use the new Qtron. So be interested to see how those numbers work out. Now, Harsh, I understand that there is an AC version of this module as well, the Qtron module, meaning that there's a sort of local inversion that happens here at the solar panel. I'd like to kind of take a look at that product with you next, because this one I don't have as much experience with. It's not something that we're installing yet today, but it's certainly something that we're interested in having available in the lineup. So could you walk us through high level, why have an AC module, and what does the Qtron AC variant look like? How does it compare to the DC variant?
Yeah, so you perfectly described it in that first sentence itself. Basically, the AC module, the word AC, as we all know, is alternating current, right? So what the idea or the thought process behind it is, instead of getting the solar panels which are making the DC power, get to one station where you are having, let's say, a string inverter to convert it from DC to AC, and then that AC can be used for home appliances. The idea over here is to just have that transition happen locally. Locally meaning at the module itself. So when the module is producing DC, you attach a module level power electronics called as microinverter to it on the rear side, and just over there the conversion will happen from DC to AC, and then you are just directly able to get the AC power to, like, you don't need to convert anything further. You just have, if you want, you can definitely try to use it directly for your home appliances use. Now the reason why we have to do it, or why we feel is something we are developing this product, is many times in the traditional systems, you will see that there are issues from shading. So what happens is in one string, if you have, let's say, for example, 10 modules, and one of the module is affected due to shading, the lower performance will also be like, since the modules are connected in series on the roof, the lower power of one module will affect all the other 9 modules as well. But when you are doing the local conversion itself, then the MLP will basically make sure that only that panel's lower production is limited to just that one instance and not reflected to the other 9 modules which are connected in series. So what that means is overall you are not losing out on the power which is getting, or on the electricity which you are looking for.
Right, right. And I know many of the viewers are going to be familiar with this question of microinverter versus central inverter. And I know a lot of folks have different opinions on this issue. Some people can get very religious on this question. But I know one thing as an installer and somebody who used to do installations, having the microinverter factory integrated onto the panel has to save time. I'm curious if it saves cost also, versus if the installer has to purchase the microinverter separately and then, of course, run separate wiring, separate connectors, and all that other thing. So is that what you're hoping to achieve with this? Is more cost savings for the installer?
Definitely, cost saving is one aspect to it, but at the end of it, we need to think about it this way: that we are trying to make products much more easier to install, so that will reduce your time you spend on the roof, and it really gets hot in the summer days most of the time. And it's not, I mean, I know there are equipments out there, harnesses and all not, but it is still a safety concern when you are on the roof sometimes. So I think from our side, the installability and the cost, both are important, and not just the cost, I would say, to that extent.
Okay, well, this pretty much explains itself, or at least for someone like me, it looks like I understand here. So you have your DC direct current coming off your solar module here, and then feeding into the microinverter device. And then I assume there's some kind of a trunk cable or connector cable that'll plug in here so you can connect the microinverters together. But I guess could you just kind of walk the audience through what are we looking at here in terms of the different components? Yeah,
so you are looking at the microinverter over here. There is a bracket over here. There is a microinverter component which is getting inside the bracket. This is how the factory module will look like one coming fresh out of the factory line. Yes, and you are perfectly correct in understanding the trunk cable coming out of this one from this end. Definitely, that's what this is looking like at this moment. In the traditional system or in the regular system, when people want to pair with the microinverters or the optimizers, the module level power electronics, you usually try to connect it like to the rails of the module, and that does create some wiring headaches and all that. What we are trying to avoid through this product is trying to avoid that headache to some extent, because now it is completely pre-attached in the module itself. So that you don't have to figure out much like what should be the location of your microinverter. You can just use it by connecting it.
Right, right. And I think the idea here, I mean, just from what I can infer just looking at how it's built, is all I have to do is string the microinverters together, just like the old string inverters. That was one advantage with the old string inverters. They were fast to install.
Yes.
Very fast, very easy to install, but a lot of the performance drawbacks that you mentioned earlier. So Harsh, I think this kind of ties into what we're seeing big picture as well in the industry, which is this trend towards getting everything on the same platform, same brand, same manufacturer, same monitoring software, so that there's a consistent installer and a consistent user experience. So how does this fit in, having Qcells' own microinverter fit in with the larger strategy?
Yeah, so as you said, this is Qcells microinverter. This is Qcells panel. We also have online monitoring portal, which is Q command. This will all be tied together for the seamless user experience, which we all like. You can see it through our phone, you can see it online. You will be able to see everything what you are looking for, basically, from there, like how much it is producing, when it is producing, how it is looking like, everything. Yeah, so the idea is the same, as you said. We are also trying to come up with we have started to working towards that one brand, one warrantor kind of ideology. where we are trying to give users or the homeowners less headache of contacting multiple people for their solar system. That's not what anyone likes. We don't want to get stuck at customer service for few different companies when you can just get it under one roof. That's the idea.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, because I know, as somebody who used to be an installer, how frustrating it was when the system as a whole wasn't working and you have different component manufacturers blaming each other on the tech support team. But at the end of the day, the homeowner's having a terrible experience.
Oh, yeah.
Because the system's not working, nobody is necessarily stepping up to take full responsibility. It becomes this kind of a blame game of, how can we pass the responsibility? So that's really interesting to see. So Harsh, I think that wraps up the residential solar panel lineup now for 2024. Next, I'd like to take a look at your commercial module.
Sure. I do have my colleague here, Gil Jones. He is our PV applications engineer. He will be able to help us understand a little more in detail about our commercial product.
Excellent. Well, Harsh, thanks again for your time. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Sounds good. Same here.
Thanks for the education. All right, so now we're talking with Gil Jones, PV applications engineer here at Qcells, and we are looking at the Qcells G11S 595 watt commercial and industrial solar module. So Gil, thanks for chatting with us this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks so much for having me on, Joe.
Excellent. Now, I've got to admit, I have not done a whole lot with actually hands-on installation or sales of the commercial modules that Qcells offers. But for those that are in the space, what do they need to know about the Qcells G11S?
Sure, yeah, this is the workhorse module that we have in the CNI and industrial as well as utility space. So it's a 156 half cell module. So we have these cells cut in half, and there's 156 of them, so you can see these columns of 6 here. It's bifacial, so you'll be getting 21% bifacial gain on the rear side. So there's glass on the front, and there's also glass on the back. So this is the 590 to 595 watt module. That's the current power class. And we're coming up at 21.3% efficiency, so we have pretty good efficiency there. It's our PERC module. Let's see, it's a pretty good size here, so there's pretty good density with shipping and efficient installation. Yeah, this is the primary module that we're selling for CNI and utility space.
Okay, so a couple questions come to mind here. Now, is this a duo module where the top half and the bottom half are wired on independent paths?
Yeah, that's correct. So this module, as well as all of our other Duo series modules, will have the top half and bottom half wired separately, so that they can be having different shape performance separately. Yeah.
Now, I know Qcells has made a commitment to manufacturing the majority of its residential solar modules here in the USA. Is this going to be a made in USA product as well?
It is, yeah. So this product, we have some lines currently in Korea, but a majority are now in Dalton, Georgia, and I visited the lines myself, and I understand you'll be visiting soon, so we look forward to you checking out this module in process.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to see the whole process sort of up close and behind the scenes. But at least this is an introduction. So this is the Qcells G11S. It's 590 and 595 watt variants available today?
Yeah, that's right.
Great. Well, Gil, is there anything else that the audience should know about the commercial or industrial offering from Qcells?
So be on the lookout for our updated products coming out. We'll have some exciting news, I think, in 2024 and 2025 modules that'll be available. So just keep a watch out on the space always. Thanks.
Absolutely. And thanks again for the invitation to kind of come behind the scenes and get hands-on with some of the new product offerings. Folks, again, that's why we're here at Solar Surge. We know you can't get out here to all the different facilities and all the different trade shows, so we try to be your hands and feet and make sure that you stay up to date with all the latest solar technology and product information. So again, this has been a presentation of the Qcells 2024 solar panel lineup. All 4 of these panels, I believe, are manufactured or will be manufactured in the USA going forward. And we're going to be going actually to the facility to get some more behind-the-scenes access and information so you can just learn more about what the process is like to manufacture solar panels. Well, folks, that does it for today's video. As always, I'm Joe Ordia here, encouraging you to get prepared and be empowered. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. All right. I hope you're getting some great value from today's video content. Now, if you would like to have your product or your business or technology featured on the Solar Surge channel, feel free to reach out to us at the link below so you can set up a call with our media team to talk about your marketing goals and how Solar Surge can help you get there. Solar Surge is the leading online community in the U.S. residential solar and energy storage space. And so if you'd like to get your product, business, or technology in front of our audience, we can help you do that. Again, feel free to reach out to our media team at the link below or email media@solarsurge.net.